right, everybody, we're going to go ahead and start the webinar. Thank you everyone for joining. My name is Casey Werner and I work here at Blue Goji in the marketing department. And today on our webinar, we have Yvette Lyons and Peter Waisgerber. And so they are both chosen. If you guys want to say hi, are you guys here with us?
Yes, I'm here. This is Peter, and we're excited, Casey, to be a part of the rally again.
Thank you so much for joining. Yvette, are you here? We will continue if Yvette's still joining. They were both chosen because, as you guys can see, they're actually neck and neck with the totals that they have raised over the years with Rally for the Y. They're both at about that 135,000 mark. So these guys are celebrities within the Rally for the Y community. And so they will be offering their insight and tips and advice. I think we have a poll up on the screen. And it is just asking everyone in attendance today how many people have participated in the rally before. So if you want to participate in that poll, just so we can get a gauge on who's here and what your involvement and awareness with the rally is. So we'll let that poll sit for a second. I have Assad, who is in on this call. Assad, do you want to say hello?
Hi guys, my name is Assad. I'm the Senior Product Manager here at Blue Goji. Excited to be part of the rally this year.
Assad will be handling the polls and our Q&A at the end. Yvette, have you been able to join us yet? Are you there? All right, well, we might be having some technical difficulties with Yvette, so I'll have Assad check in with her. But Peter, we're excited to hear all of your advice about your history with the Rally for the Y. Do we have the information on the polls yet, Assad, to see the participation levels?
Yes, we do. Do you want me to go ahead and announce them?
Yeah. What kind of
crowd
do we have this year?
Definitely. So 20% of our crowd has been part of the Rally for the Y for the past 1 to 3 years. 80% of our crowd here has been part of the rally for at least 3+ years. And we have no new people, and we have no one leading it for the first time. So everybody's, front and center for the Rally for the Ys.
Okay, awesome. Well, you guys are all more experienced than I am. So I started with Blue Goji in August, but I do have over a decade of experience working in the nonprofit industry and with fundraising. So I'm really excited to be a part of Rally for the Y this year. It's going to be my first. And I'm excited to help you guys as much as I can. But I'm sure many of you on this call will be able to offer advice for us as well and offer advice to each other. So many of you guys already know what the rally is. You've used it before. You've used the fundraising platform. And so if you're unfamiliar with the name Blue Goji, we were formerly known as Espresso. And we partner with YMCAs to give you guys a fundraising platform and programming to rally for your annual campaign. Something that we will continue to do. Espresso did it, Blue Goji did it last year, is we're going to donate 10 cents for every mile that your riders ride on the Blue Goji Espresso bikes. And so some people might think, all right, we'll just ride and see what the donation is from Blue Goji. But the cool thing about this fundraiser is that you get to encourage people to start peer-to-peer fundraising and get their family involved or their neighbors to donate for every mile that they ride. And to show proof of that, in 2020, almost 83% of the donations raised were through the members and the staff at the YMCAs. So there are huge possibilities for your fundraising efforts. And since the start in, I believe it was 2016 with Espresso, over $1.5 million has been raised. So that's incredible. And that's you guys that have done this and rallied the members at your YMCAs to share stories of impact and fundraise and get healthy on these bikes. So here's the results from last year's. We had 139 YMCAs participate. Since you guys are all experienced, I'm assuming you were one of them. So congratulations and welcome back. And as you know, the Rally for the Y is more than just dollars and fundraising. It's really about creating community at your YMCA, telling your YMCA stories of impact, getting your staff involved to help with staff retention, and then also member engagement and retention. And it's an opportunity to engage your youth maybe in a way of helping them gain awareness of what it's like to fundraise for your annual campaign. How it works, you all know, you sign up for the challenge, you ride the bikes, you get the donations, the 10 cents per mile, but you also encourage members to get additional support from family, friends, or even corporate sponsorships, which we'll talk about. And then everything is tracked online to make sure that those dollars get to your YMCA. We never touch the donations. We are just a fundraising platform. So as we have done in the past, we have resources that are available through the challenge page, but we'll make sure that everyone on this webinar has these links moving forward. We have email headers and badges that you can cut out and put in your YMCA, the bike sign up form. We have new merch this year, so there's going to be sweatshirts and long sleeve t-shirts for you guys riding up in colder weather. And then we've put together an Amazon list. We know that a lot of you guys like to decorate your lobbies, so we really wanted to help kind of get some ideas. As you can see from the image on the screen, there are balloons that kind of go with the rally theme and branding colors, but there's more resources and links, suggestions, if you need ideas with decorating your lobby to make this a really fun event. If you're not already a part of the Facebook page, then please join. It's in the bottom right. It's the Blue Goji Rally for the Y community page. That's where I've been able to learn from a lot of you guys, going through past years and looking at photos to see how you get your members involved and how you share those stories online with each other. Because it's really fun. You guys are very competitive, the YMCAs between each other, also very helpful because you want to see success at your other locations. So seeing everyone's ideas and contributions was really cool. And so I'm going to hand off the mic to Peter, who is a little bit more, not a little bit, a lot more experienced in Rally for the Y and how to make that a success. And like we mentioned, he has raised over $135,000 in his years with the rally. So Peter, can you just share with us stories of success and how you've been able to raise so much money with this fundraising?
Sure. Thanks so much, Casey. And I saw that Yvette was at 134, so I had to raise some extra money this morning to get up to 135 to be ahead of her, because she continues to beat us, and one of the only Ys in the country to beat us each year. And Yvette has really done an amazing job. But you started off, Casey, by talking about creating community, and to me, that's what the rally is all about. We're fortunate to have more than 100 members who participate each year, and it's really become this incredible community of folks. And if you look at fundraising over the last couple decades, the landscape of fundraising has changed dramatically, and peer-to-peer fundraising has been a key part of that. And it's really become a critical way that folks raise funds. And for us to be able to engage members, have them participate, have them ride, have them get to know each other, and raise money for us at the same time, has really been a win-win. Like many Ys, we talk a lot about achievement, relationship, and belonging, really as that cornerstone of member retention. And the rally does all three of those things. Folks are achieving, they're creating relationships, and they're really belonging to this exciting event that happens each year. And because they get to know each other, they support each other and encourage each other, which has really been fun to see each year.
And Peter, how have you been able to get your board involved or get local businesses involved with Rally for the Y?
Yeah, it's a great point, Casey, and I think as we look at fundraising, anytime we can engage our board of directors and keep them updated and involved, we have more success. And I'd say the one area we have been able to do that best is by recruiting a champion from the board. So one of our board members who never liked fundraising at all has become our rally champion, and she's raised more than anybody else. She was one of the top fundraisers in the country, and because she's put herself out there, taking on this physical challenge, which is out of her comfort zone, her friends, her family, her coworkers have really stepped up to support her. And because she's excited about it, at every board meeting, she's able to give an update. So it's not me talking about, you know, how important it is to raise funds. It's one of the board members talking about how easy it is to tell the why story and to get people to be there and support her. And I think that's been a big part of the success that we've had.
So with her story specifically, have you or did she get more dollars per mile, or did she ride a significant number of miles to raise those kind of funds? Or was it a combination?
Yeah, it was really a combination. She rode, you know, she set a big goal for herself, but you know, in riding, you know, a couple hundred miles, it was really getting people that she knew to understand why she was riding and the programs that we were supporting, and being able to send kids to camp and to be able to support our food insecurity work. But it was her friends who said, some of them said, we'll support you by the mile. And then other friends who said, we're going to give you a lump sum. And what was fun with Anne is that she would send updates each week of the month to all the people that were supporting her, um, which was really kind of neat to see. And that encouraged people to follow her journey and to continue to support her throughout that process.
Did that help her as a board member to connect with members and get to meet more people during this month?
Absolutely. And so many people look for her now on the bike and come over and say hi to her when she's training or then riding during the rally. It also brought her closer to the impact that we're making with those charitable dollars, because she was out there telling our story, so she wanted to make sure she understood more fully, you know, the impact of the work that we were doing.
And is she typically someone that would be on the bike? Is she a cyclist, or was this kind of out of her comfort zone you mentioned?
Definitely out of her comfort zone. She's not a rider, not a cyclist. This is something that she said she wanted to take on, and now it's become a, you know, part of her life, and she looks forward to it. She's already planning for February 1st.
I think that's really great as a reminder for other YMCA's, is that you don't have to go after the people that are on the bike. Sometimes it's the people that are not on the bike that might raise more money because their friends and family know that it's not going to be enjoyable. They're like, hey, you know, if I'm going to donate, you have to really prove yourself and ride those miles, and it makes it more fun. And so, Peter, with the marketing that you did, and we have a photo of it here in your lobby, what did you put up? And what time of year? Like, do you guys already have stuff up for Rally for the Y in your lobby, or not yet?
We don't yet. We'll send our first emails out to all of our past participants and current Blue Goji riders in the next probably 10 days. We'll get those out. These posters that you can see in the picture typically go up about a week before the rally. As you can see, it describes what the event is, but then also we highlight the top YMCA's in the country. So it pains me to have to put Yvette's name up there each year ahead of mine. But then we also list our top fundraisers and our top miles for our riders. And we have both an adult and a youth division that you can see on the posters. And we update those every day. So that's in our main lobby. As you come in, you see it front and center and really gets people excited. We've also brought one of the bikes and put it out in the lobby during registration time, just to raise more awareness and get folks excited about that as well.
Okay. And do people hop on that bike in the lobby?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. They're not intimidated to be the first one when people walk in.
Yeah, we tend to have staff that will jump on that and then have some fun with folks as they're coming in.
Okay, and then I have one more question. I've seen this on the Facebook page a lot. Is people using posters like this or whiteboards and writing in, the top writers and top YMCAs, but that will change throughout the month. This might seem like a silly question, but if I'm thinking it, I'm sure someone else out there is as well. Is what kind of marker are you using on these posters? And is it able to remove, or are you putting a name and taping it on there?
Yeah, it sounds a little silly and time consuming, but it's actually we're putting on slips of paper and taping it on there. And believe it or not, having kind of the amount taped on the amount, it gets people's attention because they see it constantly changing. So we're constantly moving riders' names up and down the top 10 list, and have really been able to have some fun with that competition as part of this. In the picture there too, beneath the posters, you can see a couple of our riders. The gentleman who's in the middle of that picture, David, is actually part of our cardiac wellness program, and he had open heart surgery and was part of a partnership with the Y and the local hospital, where we have nurses that are there on as part of our staff. And he went through that program, and then as he ended the program, was looking for a way to continue to connect, and he found the rally as this amazing vehicle, an opportunity to stay involved, and became one of our top fundraisers during that process. Last year, believe it or not, he had to move to the Midwest, but still wanted to be a part of this and wanted to find a way to support it, and ended up making gifts to every single staff member who rode any miles.
Wow.
And continued to support it. And now he said this year he's coming back, and he's going to be finding any Blue Goji bike he can find to ride wherever he is in the country, and he's going to be back riding for us again.
That's awesome. That's so great. Well, I think we also have Yvette. Were you able to join us? I know you had some mic problems.
Yes, I am here. Can you hear me?
Welcome. Yes, we can hear you.
Oh, good.
Awesome. So we were just hoping you could share with us some of your success stories as well, and any tips and encouragement you might have for other YMCAs.
Sure. Happy to. Well, we're really excited for this year's rally. It's been great because every year we've been able to build upon the previous year. This is, I believe, the 4th year that I've been here at Lakewood that we've been doing rally. And last year we raised $30-something thousand. I don't remember, but it was an exciting month, and it was really a great kickoff for our annual campaign season here. So yeah, we're looking forward to this year's event right now. Oh, sorry.
Oh no, I was just going to say, how do you go about maybe encouraging some of your staff to get excited about it again every year? It's like you raised $30,000. How do you top that this year?
So the way that we approach it with our staff is annual campaign is part of everyone's job, and rally is a way to make it fun and exciting. And so that really appeals, and it's easier to ask members here or family members, can you support my rally ride? And I'm working on something and it's for a great cause. Then for some of our instructors or staff to say, share the story of the why and give. But that extra piece of them doing work and having a challenge just makes that ask a lot easier for many of our staff. And it's also just a great way to engage members. Every year we get new members engaged in campaign, raising money through rally.
That's awesome. I think that's a good point in what Peter spoke to with like his board member, is that fundraising can be hard. It can be awkward. But this is a way to make it easy and engaging, and really organic with sharing stories of impact at your YMCA. And asking someone for just maybe 10 cents a mile sounds like not a lot. So it doesn't feel like a huge ask or commitment. But if you really commit over the month, that adds up slowly but surely.
Definitely.
One of the ways that I think, well, it's in this photo, so you've done it, but I know other members at your YMCA have done, is an endless ride. Can you explain that to us?
So, Endless Ride started with when I was at the Melcorum Y. We had a member named Raymond who rode 1,000 miles during rally, but wasn't our biggest fundraiser just because he didn't have those connections and didn't really ask anybody to sponsor. So on the last day, we put him on the bike and we said we were going to keep him there until he raised $1,000. And he was on the bike dripping sweat and people were just throwing money into that bin. And then somebody said, how much more money do you need? And they just wrote a big check and got him off of that bike. And so that's where it all started from. And so every year we have multiple endless rides. And so there's a picture up here of me. I believe I said I was going to ride till I raised $4,000. And
Oh my
I had to get
gosh.
off the bike and go to meetings and then I'd get back on. But I was texting friends and posting on social and members, asking members, and got to that $4,000 goal. And then we've had youth members go on there and do that. We've had other staff go on and do that. We'll get like maybe our basketball, our youth sports director on there during our youth basketball leagues, and all the kids, they throw in money, but they always joke they're throwing in money to keep them on there longer. And it's just a fun way to raise a lot of money in a short period of time during rally. So we have some people who they may not ride the entire month except for that endless ride. So they set a big goal and then they're on there for 1, 2, 3, 4 hours and raising a lot of money in that shorter period of time.
Yeah, that's very impressive. You raised $4,000 with just one ride. I love that. What are other ways that you go about getting your staff motivated and competitive with Rally for the Y?
So one thing that we do with our staff and our members, I didn't send a picture of it, but the rally badges that are part of the promo kit, everyone gets a rally badge once they've raised $100, and people want their rally badge. And so that's a huge motivator. And we also have corporate sponsors. So we get additional like local businesses. We had a few members that once they saw our sponsorship board said they wanted to sponsor as well. And so everybody was earning more than 10 cents a mile. I believe we got up to $7 or $8 a mile. And so with all of those additional sponsorships, that really motivated people like, well, I can get on and ride for this long. And then they got more invested and found their own sponsors and things like that. And then we have leaderboards. We have leaderboards with all the different YMCAs across the country and world. And then we also have leaderboards with riders. And so we post those throughout, and members are constantly looking, participants are constantly looking. And then we also do department leaderboards. And so maybe our membership staff, they've got 12 people riding, and they're not going to maybe be on our big leaderboard, but they can compete amongst themselves with their staff team. And so the leaderboards generate a lot of competition, those rally badges, and then the corporate sponsors that we get throughout the month.
That's awesome. And then with the corporate sponsors, like I see a photo with you and Crumble Cookies, it looks like.
Yes.
How do you target and choose which companies or local businesses to approach? And are those members' businesses or just at random?
So just different ways. So different businesses that we've been able to connect to throughout the year in different ways. So Crumble Cookie, they opened anew, and we did a cookie takeover event there where, we got a percentage of whatever we sold during the time that we were there. And so that's how we started that relationship. And then this was a way to get a little bit more from that relationship. So we just went and we made our rally all about our youth and foster care memberships. And so all youth and foster care here get a free membership. And at last year, for one youth to have a membership, it was $540 for the year. And so we approached corporate sponsors with, would you like to sponsor our rally ride? And one child in foster care, two children in foster care, something like that. So people gave 540 or 1,080 or just like that was kind of how we approached it. So some of the businesses were just people we had relationships with. And then some were people that have their own business and they were at the Y and they saw our sponsorship board and then asked about it. So Eagle Leather is one of those businesses. So yeah, that corporate sponsorship board actually was really impactful too, just because it got those people that we had no idea that they might have a business and want to support our cause.
Yeah, awesome. Well, thank you so much, Peter and Yvette, for joining us today. And I'm sure people will have a lot of questions for you guys. And something I encourage the two of you, because you're so well experienced, and then everyone else that's maybe participated in these webinars in the past or as a part of our Facebook page, is to share ideas on the Facebook page and give each other advice, because our success is all shared being part of the YMCA. And from that Facebook page, I pulled some more images that you guys have shared over the years. I love the sweaty selfies that people have done in the past, or the idea of getting your family involved and decorating the lobby, as we mentioned, and pulling a bike into the lobby, as Peter said, to gain awareness. So it's just some ideas and more ways to motivate your members beyond decorating the lobby. It's just have fun. And like we said, fundraising can be hard and awkward, but if we make this fun and encourage endless rides or overnight rides, sweaty selfies, we're really just adding a new component and gaining awareness across members. You can incentivize staff. I know Peter did a competition with his staff members, and where if they could beat him, then he would buy them a gift card to a restaurant. And
that cost me way too much, Casey.
Yeah, so if you're willing to incentivize your staff members, there's some ideas. Another thing I think could be fun is if you have a staff say, I'm going to ride and raise X amount, whatever that amount is for your community, maybe get them bike shorts and say, hey, you're going to be on the bike a lot this month. If you're committed to riding X amount of hours, every staff member that does gets bike shorts, and they're on Amazon for, maybe $20 or less. And then encourage your community with an off-site celebration. And this is another thing Peter and I have talked about from his history with Rally, is that at the end of the month, these people have been sitting on the bike a lot. Get them outside of your YMCA and really build that community at a local brewery or coffee shop. And that really kind of solidifies some of those relationships you've built over the month. And then, as they both have mentioned, seeking out corporate sponsorships and really utilize the concept that Blue Goji is going to donate 10 cents a mile. So you've already got one. And sometimes that's all another business needs to know is if someone else is doing it, I want in as well. And so we have one more way to motivate you all and to motivate riders. If you're on our email list, then you should have received something back in December announcing this mysterious new campaign we have called the Goji Games. So there's going to be over $200,000 in prizes for this upcoming event that will be in March. And we're not going to get into it today because we don't have enough time, but there will be a webinar in 2 weeks on January 19th. So I will post that in the Facebook and also send out more emails with that webinar registration link. So the reason I'm mentioning this today is because if you have the latest version of the Blue Goji Espresso bikes with the gaming, so in this image on the right, you'll see the gaming controllers. If you have one of those bikes and you're able to participate, the qualifiers will begin on March 2nd, and there will be 3 games that we play in a tournament knockout style over the course of 3 weeks. And so it's not going to be every day for the 3 weeks, but like I said, those details will come. But the reason we're bringing this up is because if you start practicing these games, Creature Crunch, Go Bikes, and Go Battle through the month of February. So encourage your members as they ride for rally. They can play these games and still fundraise. It'll still count towards their rally miles. They'll be preparing for this upcoming tournament where your YMCA could win additional funding. And so this event is open to YMCAs and all other nonprofits that we serve at Blue Goji, because we believe in what you guys are doing and building community amongst your members. And so back to rally specifics, I wanted to open up for Q&A. So Assad, have we had any questions come in? I know we're running short on time, so if we can get in 1 or 2, and then we'll reach out to everyone for the rest.
Yeah, so one of the first questions we got was, will posters be available for the rally marketing?
Yes, we have those already up and available. If you go to the rally page and you click on the promo kit, it links you to posters, flyers, bike half sheets, the badges, everything that you should need. And I will post that link in the Facebook page as well, so we can have it in multiple spots.
Perfect. Another question we have is, that's not actually a question, it's actually a statement. One of the YMCAs did art for the rally. They did an art show where they did a raffle for art, and those donations all went to funding for the rally.
That is awesome. I would love to hear more about that. If you could send me an email at casey@bluegoji.com, I would love to see how you got those numbers translated onto your rally page, if so, or if that was just a supplemental event. But that's a great idea to give to others.
Then we have a couple new questions that just came in now. We only have 2 bikes. Peter, Yvette, have you ever put a time limit on the bikes?
I can speak to that because up until this year, we've only had 2 upright bikes and 2 recumbent bikes, and most of our riders want to ride the upright bikes. And so we don't put a time limit, but during the times when it gets really busy, like the last week or 2, we've had sign-up sheets. So one of the big bummers is if you come here thinking you're going to ride and then there isn't a bike available. So those sign-up sheets just make sure that when you're here that you'll have a bike that you can ride, is how we've kind of approached that.
Yeah, and I would just to piggyback on that, we don't put a time limit either. One of the things we do is that if staff are riding, they always defer to members though. So if a staff is on the bike and a member and the bikes are full, we'll always get off for our members.
Perfect. Another question we have is, how does our YMCA sign up for the rally? Our riders click on the join, but it says our YMCA is not registered.
There is a YMCA registration link. So once you sign up, if you can give us about 24 hours to make sure your page is live with all these links. I have a resources page with all the links I've talked about today. So that's what I'll post and make sure that you all get signed up. And if you want to email me directly, it's casey@bluegoji.com. Awesome. Are there any other questions, Assad?
There's one more sitting. Is Blue Goji doing the team prizes and adult and youth raffles this year?
That is a great question. I am going to confirm that with our team and I will get back to you on that. Awesome. Cool. Well, thank you all for joining us today. We had a great turnout, and thank you so much, Peter and Yvette, for giving us your insight and advice. We really, really appreciate it.
Our pleasure, and good luck, Yvette. We'll be chasing you the whole month once again.
I hope so. Good luck, Peter.
We are all gonna stay tuned to see who comes out on top this year. Awesome. Well, good luck to you all. And join the Facebook page, email me, and we will post this recording so you can reference it. And have a great weekend, everyone.